call it.
Why the low top instead of
Couldn't find the high tops.
serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You couldn't have called your special Nike rep?
I didn't think
It's
about
not
it
really
at the time.
Nike, is it?
I didn't think, yeah, they're owned by
Yeah.
Nike.
Oh, they're-
Absolutely. Just didn't think about it at the time. Jenna Plumley is not here. I know many of you would like to talk to her. She had a family emergency, so she has left with her family. But you can get her through Chris later in the week. Starting tomorrow. Not much later in the week.
What'd you think?
I loved our energy. The first half, I thought we played with passion. I thought we played together. The numbers reflect that. 4 guys in double digits, 18 assists. I just thought we had great boys, and a lot of that begins with Jenna. But we moved the ball well and played with great energy, and we just had a ball. They just were having fun again, and I think that's probably the most significant piece of it all.
Did you anticipate that with Jenna start? You've often said she gets into the offense quicker. So did you anticipate the increased energy? Or?
Well, Jenna played very well at Texas A&M. The final 10 minutes of the first half, we had no turnovers, and she was running the show at that point, which is why she started the second half. And against all that heat and pressure, I thought she handled herself extremely well, and felt like this game would be similar to that. Texas tries to do the same thing to you that A&M does defensively with a lot of heat on the ball, and we just felt like she could handle it, and she did a nice job. You know, the 3 she made were gravy. We love that, and it certainly extended our lead, but the best thing she did all night was keep us organized.
At A&M and here tonight, I mean, she just makes stuff happen. And
Yeah.
is that what you like the most about it? Just she's doing something. You know,
I like her little freshman swagger as
Yeah.
much as anything. I really do. When she comes out there on the floor, she just looks like she believes she can do whatever she wants to do, and I think that infuses the rest of the team. I felt that tonight. I felt like her confidence with the ball in her hand just bled into all the other players on the floor.
Was it tough though? You are so loyal to your veterans.
Well, obviously,
Right.
yes.
But was it tough to make a call to play 2 freshmen and go with the?
Well, you know, it's always tough when you have such great kids. Those are great kids. And right now I think they're in the middle of great kid syndrome, where they're just trying so hard to do the right thing and to be perfect that they sometimes get in their own way. And this is as much an opportunity for them to relax a little bit and come into the game from a different angle and maybe have some success that way. And I thought when Leah came in the game, particularly in the first half, she was really good and did some nice things. And Chelsea coming off the bench was good, and Kendra handled herself fine. And I just think that it's about getting the 5 that can play the best together. You know, that's what you're shooting for. That's what you're trying to figure out as you get headed in the direction of postseason play. And I think we made a big step forward toward that tonight.
Courtney, again, you matched up with Tiffany again, and it's interesting when you two play because you're different styles and things like that. Talk about your matchup tonight. It obviously went your way, and talk about that individual battle that you have with her whenever you match up with Texas.
Well, first of all, a lot of respect for Tiffany. She's a great player. Yeah, she's more finesse. You know, she kind of reminds me of a little bit of a taller Leah, in the way she plays. But I don't know. She's a great post player, and I'm a pretty good post player. And whenever you play someone who's tough, the challenge is fun. So,
Courtney, can you put into words what it's felt like as you guys have struggled out on the court, compared to how it felt like tonight, the last 10 minutes of the first half, not struggling at all, everything just freeing, or what?
well, when you play bad, it's not fun, and tonight was fun.
Courtney, talk about what Jenna brings. That seemed like she did bring a lot of energy to the floor.
Well, Coach just talked about her freshman swagger, and I mean, she's just a player, and she came in here thinking, I'm great, you know what I mean? And that can be either a bad thing or a really good thing, and tonight it was a really good thing, and I like her confidence and her willingness to learn, and she listens to everyone, and I think her biggest thing is when she first got here, you know, she was kind of stuck in her way, and then she started paying attention to Kendra and Brittany, and she learned a lot from those guys, and now she's starting the game and doing big things.
Sherri, did she, it even seemed, she made some passes near the end of the game at A&M that weren't great decisions. Tonight, she might have made one pass like that, but it seemed like she even, took lessons from the last time out to tonight and put those into play. So would you add quick learner to everything else?
I would, and I would also add the fact that Brittany and Kendra were helping her through that second half at A&M and have been helping her in practice and tonight's game as well. And I think that's key. Courtney just hit it on the head, that Jenna has learned to listen. And those older guys have a lot of experience that they can share with her. And sometimes they can maybe tell her things that they know but can't get done. Becky Preston did that to Courtney all year last year. And that's a great, great stream if you can create that. And Brittany and Kendra are going to be pivotal down the stretch. They're going to have to play for us. They're going to have to continue to contribute to what we do. But I think Jenna, her willingness to listen and learn from them and to come in and watch film, which she watched an inordinate amount of film between A&M and Texas. That was a span of a little over 24 hours, just trying to figure out how she can be effective in that game, and I think it showed, obviously.
Ashley and Amanda, when Jenna loves it, it's obvious she can handle the press pretty well when she gets over. She likes to pass. Knowing you two were running the court really well, and so was Courtney, but when she's bringing the ball up, are you looking for the ball? Do you feel like she's going to, because she does a lot of no-looks and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I played against her a couple times when I was in high school and junior high, and she'd literally get the ball at half court or at the free throw line and bomb it to her post player all the way down on the other end post net. So with her, I mean, you could expect anything. If you're open, she'll find you regardless of where you are. So she's just fun to play with, and she's not afraid to take risks, and that's a good thing for her anyways.
Amanda, how does she affect your game?
Oh, every time I look for the ball going down the court, that's why, when at the end of the game, I know if I'm on the wing, I'm running down, and I know she's gonna get it to me. If I get open, she just bring a lot of energy, and that brought me energy, and we just play ball today. I like that about her.
Ashley, after the game the other day, she said you told her, if your shot's there, take your shot. It was almost a realization for her that, it was okay for her to shoot, almost.
Yeah, I've seen her play a little bit in high school, and I've seen film on her, and I see her have a little bit of room and bomb a three. I mean, defenses are different, and players are different, and intensity is different in college, but your shot shouldn't be that different. And so I think if she has it, she's got to take it, and if she shoots 20 times, who cares, Courtney will get the rebound.
Amanda, Coach Cole talked about the energy that you guys had as a team. Did you and Jenna kind of think, okay, this is our chance, this is what we need to bring, and if we can score some points and do things, that'll be good, but energy's really...
Oh, definitely. We talked about it right after the Texas A&M game because we knew that, about the way we played then, we had to contribute in Texas, and we know that, we just had to bring a lot of energy for everybody to just come together. And we talked about it many times, and we didn't even have to say nothing to each other today. We just looked, laughed, and let's go, let's get it today. And it showed, and we just brought out a lot of energy today, and I loved it.
Courtney, it was only one game, but did you see things tonight that you talked about after the A&M game that y'all needed to get?
Mm-hmm. Swagger and have fun. And I think, those things seem so little, it's a mindset and a mentality, and I think we have a great group of players. We never wonder, oh man, we're not good enough. It's not been a question, and it's just a matter of believing you can do something and just playing basketball and having fun, and I think that little thing made a big difference tonight, and if we played like that earlier, then I think we'd still be undefeated in the Big 12.
Ashley, when you guys hit those 2 or 3 threes in a row, Jenna had a couple, was it Leah hit another one or somebody did, you were coming back down and you had a big smile on your face, and usually you're pretty intense out on the floor. Can you talk about your emotions at that time when you guys got up by 22, 24 and you were just raining threes everywhere?
It's fun to watch. I love having fun out on the court. And it's been a long time since we've been able to consistently, run down the court, here's a three, and then come back and there's another three, and just have fun, really. I don't feel like we've had this much fun in a long time. Running up to the locker room and just, Amanda still hasn't come, she's just now relaxing.
Going crazy.
It's great. It's who we are, and I feel like we're finally putting it together. And yeah, it's just exciting.
Sherri and Courtney, talk a little bit about the crowd tonight. You went over 100,000 on your home attendance.
Our fan base, I don't even have words for it, Lynn. It's one of the most rewarding pieces of this job is to watch our fan base continue to grow and to average 10,000 people at our games. It's just, the crowd has no idea sometimes, I don't think, how much they infuse us. And yeah, we got to do things, we have to make plays to give them something to stand up and get excited about, but as soon as we do, when they come, it's like we have a whole new lease on life. And I felt that tonight. halfway through the first half when we started making that run to distance ourselves. The crowd was probably worth 8 or 10 points right there. It's what they do for us and what they do to the opponent. And it's just been, it's been phenomenal to play in front of this group of people all year.
Are you superstitious at all?
Like, am I going to keep wearing Converse?
Yeah.
No blue shirts for me, no. Probably not. No. I did run up the tunnel, though. Something about tennis shoes, you just think you're supposed to run. Poor security guard was trying to catch me at halftime. I was out.
Well, do you feel like you've come, out the other end of something? Because I saw you running up the tunnel, and then I also saw Texas call a timeout. You almost tackled a man who came to the bench, and you guys just haven't had that kind of life in a while.
Right.
So. I hate to ask how does that feel, but this is sort of a how does that feel question.
Well, there's all this emotion, Clay. There's all this positive energy that is just dying to come out. It just needs a reason. It needs something to elicit it. And for all of us, as Courtney said earlier, it's never been a question of, oh my gosh, we're not good enough. It's how can we get this thing clicking on all cylinders so we can be as good as we are. We know we have these parts. And so you have all this positive energy and emotion just right below the surface. And I think you saw a little bit of it in the Oklahoma State game when we had good plays. It was just, it's like we'd won the national championship when we made a basket. We were just so eager to have something to celebrate and to let some of that have room to grow. And it's pretty easy to show that with kids like this. I mean, Amanda Thompson, as well as she played, it's her heart and her soul and her mindset and her demeanor that means so much to this team right now. I felt like in the first half, she wasn't a freshman on the floor. I felt like she was a kid who was giving us our heartbeat, and that's pretty special when it comes from a freshman. And that's, we just feed off that, and I think I fed off that too.
Manny, you've been coming off the bench all season until tonight, and when you're put out there in that starting role, do you feel more responsibility? And somehow did that sort of translate, and is that part of the reason, knowing, having that confidence shown in you to go out there from the start, was that part of the reason why you came out and played so well, do you think?
Well, I know I was put in a position to bring the energy and bring the things that I'm capable of doing, and I wasn't going to get nervous just because I got a starting position. It's not really a big deal because we're just trying to find fire to play, but on a personal note, I mean, as a freshman, you feel like, oh man, get this opportunity, so I just took advantage of it. Basically.
Coach, is Jenna your starting point guard now?
Well, she will be the next time we take the floor unless somebody takes it away from her this week in practice.
Was it, I want to ask you this way, was it difficult to pull the trigger on this starting lineup? I mean, clearly there were things going on and you needed to find some answer, but was it a hard thing to do?
It's always a hard thing to do. You're dealing with kids that you care about greatly and that you know are trying as hard as they possibly can to do the things you need for them to do to be successful. But it's my job to make sure we get the best five, the five who are the best together, better said, the five who are the best together on the floor. And we felt like as much as anything, we've been coming out of the tunnel to start games and digging a little bit of a hole for ourselves. We felt like maybe we could ignite and get a little run and come out with a punch instead of having to claw from behind, and these guys did that tonight.
Sherri, you think it helps at all to kind of lighten the mood, as much pressure as you guys have been under, that you come out wearing the pink sneakers? I mean, that's probably got to make your girls smile, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think some of them didn't want me to leave the locker room. They were embarrassed. They wanted me to take care of it. But these three guys were having a ball with it. They were loving every bit of it. My only concern was I'd just be so short out there. And then we got Rebecca Lobo doing daggum TV, and I got to stand between her and Courtney. So it's for a great cause. We will auction off the sneakers and raise money for breast cancer awareness. So it's all for a great cause.
Do you have another pair?
No, sir.
Anything else?
Maybe they'll send me some. It's good folks at Nike.